Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on bringing you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That 40-ish and under dollar range, and most of these are way less than that. A good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And if you can hear the kittens in the background, what can you say? They stole my heart. They're a rescue. About 3 weeks old, I'm assuming. So, I want to talk about another iconic line fragrance from Banana Republic. I found this one at Burlington, as I've been finding most of mine, because they got these little 30 ml bottles for like $12.99, so it's, why not? Roll the dice, right? So far, these things have been hitting pretty good. Some of them hit really good, so no matter what, almost no matter what, unless it really seems like a feminine fragrance, I'm going to roll the dice on it, and today I'm talking about Black Platinum 06. If I can get you to focus a little bit. So they all have this same exact shape bottle. Some of them come in a different color, lined up all across. They look awesome with like the teals and the purples and stuff like that. So they're cool looking bottles. The atomizer cap, I love these caps. They click so well into place. That little rubber grommet gasket type thing. The sticker is kind of like a pulpy type of a texture. Really simple. The atomizers on these differ. They're always a fine mist. This one's decent. Some of them don't spray out good. Some of them spray out real good. So basically, when you smell this one, what you're going to ultimately end up getting is like this powdery, smooth, white floral with a touch of spice and leather, and that's in the opening. That's mainly what you're going to get. Smooth, powdery, white floral, touch of leather. And some people might not like this thing so much. Some people might think it might lean a little grandma-ish or something. I don't mind the opening too bad at all. I think it's pretty decent. It's not going to be the greatest for the high weather, as it's kind of a thick scent, but man, you want to talk about transformation. 20 to 30 minutes into the dry down on this thing, and it changes quite a bit. It still holds on to that powdery floral thing a little bit, but it turns more into a patchouli, earthy, rich, mossy, spicy fragrance in the extreme dry down. Like I said, it takes 25 to 30 minutes for it to transition into that. But for me, if you don't like the opening, it's almost worth the wait. But I know some people, they don't want to fight through like even 10 minutes of a harsh opening just to get to a real nice dry down. Me, I will. I'll just make sure that I'm taking that long before I actually go out in public, or something like that. If I personally don't like the opening of something, but really dig the dry down. And but for me, the opening ain't bad. I think it's okay. I could just see how a lot of you guys really wouldn't like this because of how thick and like powdery white floral that it is. Not necessarily feminine, but it kind of has that grandma feel, if you know what I mean. But the dry down is anything but that. It gets more grown up, classy, mature. That's why I would categorize this as more of a mature fragrance than it is a youthful fragrance. It's casual, leaning a little bit classy at the same time. This thing, you wouldn't be overdressing this thing if you had like a nice polo shirt on or a long sleeve, button up top. This thing would work okay for that, and it would work fine for a goofy little shirt like I'm wearing right now. But it's not good for the ultimate high heat. This is a 4-season fragrance if you have a mild summer, not like a Florida summer. If you're up in like Wisconsin or something, well, probably a 3-season fragrance because it's going to be too cold for this thing, right? So, okay, temperature-wise, Fahrenheit, I would say 50 to 80 degrees is where this thing is going to do its best work, because it's not strong enough to go through the extra cold weather, and it's too thick for the really hot weather. So it's for the mild temperatures. And for me personally, the performance on this one wasn't too bad at all. In fact, the longevity was 5 hours, but I would say the scent bubble, my wide scent bubble, was actually a little bit above average, because typically I'm getting an hour and a half to 2 of a nice scent bubble, whereas this one was giving me 3. And then beyond that, I was catching good whiffs of myself throughout the day and enjoying every bit of it. That's why I will rate this thing a 6 out of 10. If the opening was the same as the dry down, I would say this is 6.5. I dig this scent. I'm going to keep on wearing it because it's different. It's really different from anything that I have. It's not a safe blind buy fragrance, except for the fact that you can find this for $12.95. Then if powdery white floral, touch of cream. To me, touch of cream, but more powdery white floral than anything. If that interests you, go ahead and check this one out. Because it's only $12.95, and because it's so cheap, then that kind of, in a way, justifies it as being a safe blind buy. But in reality, the scent profile isn't a safe blind buy, so there's that. But it's super cheap, and if you're familiar with the Iconic lineup, then you know for the most part they punch way past their price point. A lot of these, I would dare say, are designer, like mid to high designer level quality. There's some of these that have very natural, believable smelling notes in them. This one not so much, but like the idea behind this one, it's almost like they're trying to push like a niche kind of idea, the way that the scent profile is, you know, like if they used real quality oils, like if Tom Ford did this or something like that, or I feel like a Byredo. I feel like this kind of has a Byredo type feel. I don't know why I can't talk right now, but I digress. Good smelling fragrance, in my opinion. More mature than it is youthful. 50 to 80-ish degree type of a weather kind of fragrance. And yeah, not too bad at all. Banana Republic strikes again. So that's my final thoughts on 06 Black Platinum. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.